r/EntitledParents, episode 37. Entitled Grandmother Literally Beats Me in Ikey because I was dehydrated. This happened when I was 11. My grandmother, she hates me because she hates my biological father and often takes out her hate for him on me. Note, she died a few years ago, so no more harassment from her. Anyway, on my mother's birthday, mum was taken to Ikey by my aunt, my grandmother, my uncle, and my great aunt. Me, my cousin, my two sisters, I'm the middle child of the house, are the kids being dragged along. We had spent about 3 hours in Ikey going around and picking stuff out for mum, and I start to feel dizzy. My cousin helps me, and I ask if we can get a drink because my throat feels dry. My grandmother glares at me, and the other adults were too busy talking to notice. I was forced to be quiet. I tried asking my aunt after 20 minutes as I felt awful. My throat was dry, my head was throbbing, and I felt dizzy. Grandmother said this, "Shut the fuck up, op. This is your mother's birthday. Nobody cares what you want, so respect your mother." Me and the other kids are fucking stunned. I try to argue, and as we come up some stairs near the cafe area, and when I tell her that, since we are near the cafe area, we can get drinks, she punches me in the jaw. She then kicked me in the ribs, and stomped on one, screaming this, "You are filthy. You're scum, just like your bastard father." I start crying and sobbing as over 200 customers in the cafe area watch an old lady beating a child into the ground. I heard someone scream for help, and I think about 2 or 3 minutes later, security came to escort my grandmother out. Police were called, and I was asked to give a statement. I asked for some water before saying anything else. I told them this, I just wanted something to drink. My aunt let me stay at her home for a few days after we were all let go. My aunt is the only family member I feel I can truly trust. Miller's spying on me and my husband and goes inside the house without knocking or saying that she is coming. My Miller's an amazing person, she helped my husband and I a lot with all kinds of stuff. However, I find some of her behavior odd, and I would like to know if you guys think she is entitled. She does have an extreme over-controlling personality, but she still is amazing. She has the keys to our house. It's a common thing in their family as my husband also have a key to her house. Last week, we moved to a house, and we still have no curtains in the walls. She lives like 4 blocks away, so when she is walking her dog, she comes around the house to have an innocent look at what we are doing, or how the apartment looks like. Then she calls and asks us why the TV is now on the bedroom, or what were we doing at 7 in the night. We were fucking in the room. Yesterday she went into her dentist, that is right next to my house, and then she called me and said, "Hi you. I can see you from my dentist office." Later she dropped by unannounced, and she didn't call or knocked on the door. She just opened the door with her key directly and said, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry, that's why I didn't knock." I feel like I don't have my privacy at my own home. I talked with my husband about it, and he doesn't see any issue with this. I didn't help financially with the house, so I feel like I have no rights to complain about anything, but I still feel weird about it. Is she entitled, or am I overreacting? Entitled aunt calls me selfish for not giving my brand new £1,600 PC to my cousin. A bit of backstory. I'm fairly young, 13, and have been saving up for years to get a gaming PC, and my parents insisted I build, and so I did. I'm not particularly talkative and don't really look for trouble all too much. IDK if that's important, but So my American relatives come over to stay for a few weeks, and one morning we are having breakfast and discussing why I use 2 computers, and I tell them that one is a laptop for schoolwork and Photoshop, and my PC is for gaming / video editing / anything intensive. I paid no mind to this conversation, and after breakfast, because I hate socializing and taking to people, boot up my PC and hop onto Destiny 2, bit of a douche move when relatives are over and stuff tbh. This is where my older cousin brother, Ek, 11, is watching me creepily over my shoulder and is mesmerized by my fancy keyboard and mouse lighting and says to me, "Whoa dude, how much did that keyboard cost?" and I answer £150, to which he cringes and says back, well, if the keyboard and mouse cost so much, the computer must be super cheap. No, not really. The PC itself was around £1,200. So you lied when you said it costed £1,600. Well no, because I included the peripherals. At this point he looks kinda confused and walks off, and I continue playing. A nightfall or two later, around half an hour, Ek comes back with M, entitled and is M, and says to me, Roshbob27, did you really lie to Ek about your PC's price? Not really, I just added the price of the keyboard, mouse, and monitor. So if it's not as expensive as you said it was, could we get one? Where did you get it from? Sure. If you're willing to build it, there are a load of online tutorials and stuff on how to do it build. She was super angry because I told her that her Ek would actually need to work to get a decent PC. Why would my Ek, who is 11, build a computer? Could we just have yours please? I started laughing because it was a bit ridiculous that she wanted this PC that I'd saved up 4 years for and built myself. I'm not kidding. You already have a laptop, so why do you need this? For video editing, gaming, etc. You even bloated the price. Has nothing to do with the situation. And you don't need those mind-melting video games, you selfish boy. Good point. Still doesn't warrant her taking my PC, and my son does so much more work than you. He deserves it. At this point, having been on this subreddit a bit, detect she's transforming into a stage to Karen and prepare for her to try and yank out a cable or something, and I shut down the PC and hide the cables behind my desk and call for my dad. Bit of an abrupt ending, but Em and Ek just glanced at me and for the rest of the week gave me death stare every so often. Em and Ek try to steal USB. Alright. I'm on mobile, so the bad formatting is probably going to be irritating for you PC users. Sorry about that. I have had a few entitled parent stories before, and it would seem that my town is just *very* entitled. The roles for this story are M, me Ek, USB stealing little s ****. T, my teacher who helped me get it back. F1, the same friend from my first entitled parent story. F2, a different friend. This time from the second story. The one who was assumed to be my boyfriend in that story. Yeah, no. M, we don't see much of Karen, but when we do see her. Oh boy. P, the principal. I would call him the head teacher where I'm from, but for the sake of you Americans and others, he is peon with the story. I write books, and basically, I have 2 USBs. One is in the shape of a horse, which you pull apart, then the USB is inside. I keep this one at home as it was quite expensive and holds 53.6 GB, I think. I then have a 1 GB USB that I take places. It is just a normal USB that I use when I'm at school. I then put all of my work onto that, go home, then put it onto the 53.6 GB USB. This means that my 1 GB, if I lose it, it is only 1 day's work is lost, not 5 months worth. One day I'm in the school library, 2 days ago, and I'm working on some Photoshop stuff. I was drawing the races for the story. It will be a fantasy one, and Ek made an entrance. Ek, wow, what are you drawing? I'm very protective over my work and get embarrassed when people talk to me about it, even if they mean well. Oh, just on some sketches. I was pretty much done with them by this point, so decided to try to disengage the conversation. I have to go now, though. I ejected the USB. I learned to do that firsthand a few months back. Ek, is it where you keep all of your drawings? Yeah. You interested in drawing yourself? Ek, I already do. I draw way better than you. I was kind of irritated, but I thought it could just be a slip of the tongue. So I let him off. Sure. Well, see you. I began to walk away, then I felt a tug on my sleeve. Ek, why don't you just give me the USB? I'm better, and could make your drawings better. Sorry, no. I need this for what I'm working on. Fine. But I should still get it. You could just buy a new one. Why don't you buy a new one? They aren't much. No, give me yours. I just walk away. I thought that was the last of but a few days later I was called up to the office. When I was called in the principals, I knew there was something wrong. And sitting there, smug grins on their face, was Em and Ek. There she is, P. Expel her now. P. Whoa now, calm down. We need to hear Op's side of the story. But she took my USB. I knew what was happening, and after being on here for a while, I knew what to do. Sir, this is my USB, and I can prove it. P. How s? Cut him off, no. She is stealing my son's work. P. Please, calm down. Can I please use your computer? P. Sure. I do that, as the grins on Ek and M's face falter. I boot up the computer and plug the USB in. Can I prove it's mine? P. Go ahead. Ek, if this is yours, what size is it? How many GB? Ek, 16 GB. He says with confidence. Wrong. It is 1 GB. And what does it have on it? Ek, drawings. Of what? Ek, I can tell you exactly what they were of. They are fantasy races from a book I have been planning to write for the last 5 months. P. Is that so? Yes. And I can prove that, since you can ask me any question about the work on the USB, and I can answer. P. Right. I moved away from the computer. P. What is the race that specializes in stealth archery? I answer. This kind of thing repeats with me answering easily every time. Is that enough proof? P. Yes, it would se. Cuts him off once again. No. It would not. My son is writing that book, and she had plagiarized the entire thing. And where is your proof? On that USB. The one he knows nothing about, and I know everything. Yes. You changed everything. Can I go now? P. Yes. P gives me the USB. Asterisk asterisk spitting and screaming about something asterisk asterisk, that's it. I will post again if anything else happens, and hope to see you later. Thanks for reading. M thinks I can tutor her son anytime. I've been tutoring kids in maths and English for a few years now. The M in question is a family friend and the parent of my first student. Since they have been my first ones and the kid is actually pretty smart, they just forget a passage here or there, I've always charged them next to nothing, €10 per hour. Apparently it wasn't enough. She started saying that we had to reschedule my lessons because their precious child had soccer practice, which was fine by me. I mean, yay, extra free time. The real problem arrived when she started to send me messages to book my lessons for the same day in just a few hours. Then it came the bomb. The lovely lady, me, GK, good kid. Note, this pretty much all happened over text. Can you come tutor GK today at 3 PM? Me, I'm sorry but it's almost 2 PM, you need to tell me in advance if you need lessons. I just told you, you have more than 1 hour. You can come. Me, 1 hour isn't exactly a lot, plus I really can't leave right now, I'm at university. There's no need to treat me like this. It's not like I don't pay you. Me, the money really isn't the issue here, I need time to understand what GK has to do, and I've already told you that I'm in class right now. Do you think I'm stupid? I know you go to LT, my university and GT, and you don't have to follow the courses. If you leave now you can get here in less than an hour with public transport. We need you for 4 hours. GK has a test tomorrow. I usually do 2 hours, and I'm losing patience. Me, okay, I'll try again. You're right, I can leave, and I can get there in time, but I won't. I need to follow this lesson and you didn't give me enough time to prepare. Plus I have a scheduled tutoring with another kid at 5, so I can't stay with GK for 4 hours. If GK wants they can try to do some exercises by themselves and send me a message if they get stuck on something. I really can't do anything else. She exploded. She tried to call me 5 times during lesson and I always rejected the call. Me, stop calling me, I'm in class. Answer me. I'm paying you. Me, yeah, 10 euros. I'm paying 10,000 to stay here. If you have something to say just write or wait another hour. Don't you dare bring money into this conversation. I'm paying you way too much for the amount of work you do. We've always been good to you while you were tutoring GK. I even bought you a gift for your birthday last year. I asked you a favor once, since you are always available for us and this is how you treat me? Well, fuck off. We don't need your help. I'll find a better tutor for GK, one that knows maths. Me, you know what? Fine. You're paying me half the amount I usually charge. You treat me like your own personal tutor. While I'm tutoring, it's a miracle if you offer me a glass of water and you only bought me a gift because I came to an unplanned tutoring on my birthday all dressed up for my birthday party and you went out to buy it while I was tutoring GK. Good luck at finding another tutor that accepts my pay and your times. After that she just wrote some obscenities at me and they stopped writing altogether. I still helped GK via message that day since I felt bad for him, the only one who lost without doing anything. I heard his exam went okay. Is it over? Nope. She called my mother, still, she was a family friend after all, and told her that I had been extremely rude to her without a reason. My mother almost killed me before I had time to explain and then apologized profusely. Jump forward 1 month or so, my grandfather passed away due to a rapid illness and we were devastated. He was loved by the community and knew him very well, since she was always at his and my grandma's house growing up. She said nothing. She didn't even come to the funeral, and she knew about it because her other child is in the same class as my sister. She only wrote something to me the day after the funeral. I kid you not. Hey me, I'm sorry for heating up. After you overreacted last time I wrote to you, could you come and tutor GK today in the evening? I really wanted to go to her house and shout at her for hours, but since I'm a good person I just blocked her and never heard from and GK again. TL, Dr. M thinks I can ditch university to teach to her child and then insults me when I refuse. Tries to do the same the day after my grandpa's funeral. It makes me cry at my first job. This post is not as dramatic as some of the other ones, but at least it's true. Please forgive formatting. I'm on mobile. This was 5 years ago, at my first job, when I was 18. I worked at a perfume counter at a now defunct department store, and it was my 3rd day there. Cast, Meatball Ep, entitled Parents EW, nice cow. So I'm working at the counter, tidying it up, and gift wrapping the little perfume bottles, when Ep comes in. Ep doesn't look like a typical Karen. She's brunette and older, and has a sleeping baby and one of those baby slings on her chest. Since I'm so preoccupied with my wrapping I don't notice her. So I assume she got tired of waiting the 3 seconds it took for me to acknowledge her. Ep, very loudly, excuse me. Oh. Hi. How may I help you? Ep, I need to return these now. She plops a bag of stuff on the counter, which contains mostly clothes, not my department, and a perfume bottle. She also has like 10 receipts for all this crap stapled together. Okay ma'am, you want me to return all of this? Ep, yes. That's why I brought it up here. Okay, it's just I'm new and only trained in returning perfume right now. I can return the perfume for you, but I think someone in the clothing department would be better suited to help you return the other items. Ep, listen, I'm in a hurry. I've got to get him, points at baby, to an appointment, and don't have time to go to 2 departments. You'll return all of this for me right now. I have more important things to do than stand here with you. At this point, I'm taken aback. I have never had someone speak to me like that before in my life, so I try my best to do the returns. I'm supposed to find the item on the receipt, scan it and then scan the item, but I can't find most of the items in her bag on any of her receipts. So I keep checking over and over trying to find the items while she's glaring at me and telling me to hurry up, which isn't helping my anxiety. Ma'am, I can't seem to find items. I don't think you have the right receipts. Exploding. What the hell do you mean I don't have the right receipts? Of course I do. Are you stupid or something? Check again. Trying to hold back tears. Ma'am, I looked through your receipts a bunch of times. I can't find the items. I can't return them. Oh yes you can. Just look up my credit card or something. Here, she shoves her card at me. Look it up. Our system doesn't work that way. We are not Target. I can't do that. Enraged. Are you kidding me? I shouldn't be treated this way. I'm a rewards member. Go get your manager right now. So I run out trying to find the manager, but it's a big store and I can't find her anywhere. I kept getting more and more anxious, so I asked some coworkers if they could help me, but they all told me to get the manager who I couldn't find, which made me more anxious. So I go back to Ep. What took you so long? Is the manager coming? I'm sorry ma'am, I can't find the manager. Are you fucking kidding me? You didn't even look for the manager, did you? Just because you're too much of an idiot to do my returns doesn't mean I shouldn't get my money back. I want you to return all of my items. And I want my money back. That's when I broke down and started to cry. Not tears rolling down my cheeks, but full on sobbing. Ep goes white as a sheet. Hearing me cry, the baby on her chest also starts to cry. Why are you treating me like this? I didn't do anything wrong. Ep, visibly shaken. I'm having a bad day. And you think it's okay to take it out on me? I didn't do anything to you. What's wrong with you? Ep, stammering. Well, it's your fault that. Thankfully my coworker from the counter who just got back from lunch saw me and ran right over. CW. Hey op, what happened? Through tears, I was trying to return her stuff, but she doesn't have the right receipts and I tried to find manager, but I couldn't, and then she called me names and yelled at me, and it's not my fault. CW tells me to go to the back room and I stayed there till the end of my shift trying to stop having a panic attack. I don't know what happened to Ep. And her wailing goblin get banned from the skating rink. So this is something that happened a few years ago. Obligatory on mobile warning, and this is my first post here. Sorry for any mistakes. TLDR at the bottom. Cast, me, to coaches, a supervisor, and lots of other skaters. So a little background. In high school I used to work as a figure skating coach. I've been a competitive skater since I was 4, and anyone can become a coach as long as they pass certification from the US Figure Skating Association and get a background check. This happened a couple months after I first started teaching. The rink I worked at hosted summer group lessons. These are meant to teach beginner skaters between ages 4 to 12 the basics of skating. Classes in the summer this time were split depending on age and skill level. I'm teaching a group of 6 to 10-year-olds, but before class officially starts, all of the coaches are supposed to help the newest/youngest skaters get onto the ice safely. There was one 5-year-old that was already making a fuss, and his mom was nearly shoving him in her attempts to get him to step onto the ice. Coach that's in charge of his class waves me and the other coaches off, saying she could handle it. Everyone else starts teaching, and there's peace for about 10 minutes. Next thing I know, I hear full-on wailing mixed with screeching, and I turn from teaching my class to see that 5-year-old having a tantrum on the ice. Most likely he'd just fallen, but he wasn't letting the coach help him up. Instead, he resorted to trying to kick anyone that came near him. One of the other coaches goes to help, and the two of them manage to get this kid up from the ice. Unfortunately, this kid ends up kicking both coaches. For those of you unfamiliar with skates, the blades have toe picks at the front of the blade, which are basically little spikes. Very painful if it hits you. These two coaches are trying not to drop the kid while hauling him off the ice, both of them with holes in their skating pants and blood visibly showing through. M comes running into the rink, and this kid immediately starts stomping around on the ground still screaming and crying. My supervisor is trying to calm the M down from what I could see, but all I heard was the mother screeching that her son didn't have enough attention, and she paid for him to learn how to skate. It was unfair to take him off the ice, etc etc. My rink's policy is that no matter who you are, child or adult, if you assault any employee, you are banned from skating there again. Supervisor informs M of this, and after more arguing, she finally takes her crotch goblin and tries to leave. Except this kid now doesn't want to leave, and he ends up kicking his own mother in the shins with his skates, and then kicking the metal frame of the rink boards. Skating blades plus metal equals almost completely irreversible damage. Supervisor finally calls for backup, and a couple police officers arrive after that. We have a sheriff's outpost near the rink, since the area surrounding the rink has a lot of traffic and people going through it. The manager of the rink comes in as well, since the ruckus still hadn't died down, and told them she'd have to pay for property damage as well, to replace the rental skates her son had ruined. The M is now arguing with the manager, and supervisor and two coaches are trying to wrestle the skates off of the 5-year-old, before he does more damage to property or other people. Finally, supervisor has had enough, and tells the M to get the hell out, and take her son with her, and that if her son did even more damage, she'll press assault charges on behalf of the two coaches. Officers gently escort this woman out. They basically had to force her out, because she was still trying to argue, and after the coaches get treated for their injuries, classes finally resume. I was honestly pretty shocked from this whole situation, because I'd never encountered anything like that before. Screaming kids, yes, but not to that extreme, and definitely nothing like the mother. Thankfully I never saw them again, and the rest of my time working at the rink was much more uneventful. TLDR, 5-year-old throws a temper tantrum during a group figure skating lesson, kicks and injures coaches. M tries to blame it on the coaches, and gets into argument with supervisor and manager, before both finally get kicked out and banned from the rink. Entitled teacher says that I can't do history as an option. This is my first time writing here about entitled people, but my teacher is first. This happened before the school holidays, before I went into exam/GCSE years. I'm just gonna go with the story straight away. Plot, me. Entitled teacher. Me, *SPEAKING to TACHER*. I'm hoping to get history as an option next year. I don't think you'll be great in history. Me, why? Well, you don't seem to know ANYTHING*. Me, well, I know what I want to know about geography, so now I can do 2 years of history and learn more things. *LAUGHING whilst TALKING*. Well, you actually need to know things to come here. Me, well, do you want me to say what I know now? No, I already know it's going to be wrong. Me, well, if I chose history, what are you doing to do about it? I'm going to transfer you to do geography except for history. Me, yeah, okay. I stormed out the class after that I chose geography instead, because I was told by mates that if I was to choose history I would be in his class. Yeah, that wasn't happening. I reported it to head teacher and Hoy, head of year, and they said that they will sort it. The teacher still works there today. Anyways, thanks for reading.